All right, guys, in part one, we went over the core rhythms of jerk beats. In this video, we're going to go more so over like the melodic side. This is a little more advanced. So I wouldn't say this is a beginner level video. This is more like intermediate to advanced. So thank you guys for hopping on in. You will get the project files for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. So firstly, let's get started. So the main sound here is going to be the snare. So let's open that up first just to get like a little BASE bass line. Actually, before even downloading, let's go to the packs in our browser. Let's go to Legacy. Let's go to drums and go to vintage. This is called the Roland TR-808 drum kit. And so basically it's all the classic sounds you hear in trap. So till this day. Okay, so let's start with the snare here. Let's right click, open it up. It's a very noise based snare, so it's very like scratchy. So we're gonna do what's called tresillo. Let's go down to like 93 BPM to get started. And we're going to do tresillo, tresillo, sillo, tresillo, sillo. It's just going to repeat. Tap, tap, tap. So it's all about tresillo, 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 sillo, tresillo, sillo. So it's not triplets. Triplets is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Tresillo is different. Now that we have that core rhythm, you could pretty much do anything from this point. Their kind of, starting point is they'll add a clap every 4. So if you right click each 4, that's kind of their style, but I'll switch up the sounds just to be a little bit different today. Let's see if, now I'm going to start using my sounds here. Let me find my kits. Oh. Let's use this clap. This is a more modern TR-808 clap. Same thing though. Let's shorten this snare. Fade out, make it a little more transient heavy. Now I told you guys in the last video, part 1, that we don't want the doom kicks, we want boom 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 like that. So we're gonna have to mess with the attack time on the 808. Not mandatory, but I've noticed that pattern. They're not like doom 808s where it's super transient heavy. They're more like body 808s, so it's like boom boom. And that's what separates soft music from like hard trap, hard sound. So it's gonna do doom, doom, doom. Okay, so and then we're gonna, and I'm like talking in Chinese to people who don't know what I'm talking about. Go to the volume envelope, turn this on. We're gonna turn up the attack time, turn everything else down. So like boom, 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 like that. Now normally I don't start with the 808, but we might as well. So we're gonna go doom, 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 doom. Let's go to the graph editor, go to velocity, turn the first 808 down. That's adds that bounce. Now I'm just gonna like change it up over time so it's not the same thing over and over, but we will start with the tresillo. Tresillo, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now we have the dance ability. Let's start adding our hi-hats. Now on this beat, we're just gonna be simple. We're gonna right click, fill each 2 steps. Actually, we're gonna fill all the way through. I stand corrected. This is more of like a dancey, older school technique for hi-hats to just draw them all the way through. I might take out the hi-hats though, it depends. Depends. Let's create a sub mix. Again, I covered all this beginner level stuff in the last video, so if you skipped that one, then you guys got to go back and watch that one. Here's our sub mix. We're going to hit Alt left, pull that to the left. We're going to highlight as many tracks as we have in our thing. Right click, route to this track only. Let's add Fruity Wave Shaper. Let's turn this curve up. Go to the gear icon. Let's turn the oversample mode on 4x. Let's mess with the mix level here. So it's gonna add like a scratch to our sound. And then let's run the sound through Fruity Soft Clipper, which is right here. Fruity Soft Clipper. We're gonna turn the threshold all the way to the right. So now we're gonna build into the saturation of the track. Wait, what pattern are we on? Okay, so on pattern 2, let's click here, make this unique. I'm going to switch up the ending just so it's not the same ending to the 808. And here we're going to right click, go to the piano roll. We're going to give these note values so it doesn't just play the same note. I'm going to pull these up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's called a perfect fourth. So just a little subtle change up. All right, now let's add some music. So I said this video will be more melodic. So I'm just gonna, there's a lot to teach you guys. So I have to like, jam a lot of information in these videos. But I cover this in my Music Theory Essentials course at busyworksbeats.com/Music Theory Essentials. So if you guys ever feel lost, go to that course. Let's see here. Let's go to, I like Poison for like video game sounding presets. And let's go here. Let me move my camera in a second. Let's go to some kind of arpeggio. Okay, so it has like a pre-built sequence, so I don't have to worry about every single note. Let's add this in. Sounds pretty cool to me. Let's just repeat this. We don't want it to get too chaotic. Instead of the same thing over and over and over, let's do dun 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 dun. Just to have it like, and then hit Control L. Might be a little too much delay, but let's hit Control B on this. Alright, so it's getting a little wild with the delay, so let's turn the wet level down. This also has a trance gate, so let's turn this on. So this is basically adding an accent note. So it goes like dun 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 dun, like whenever it jumps out with accent notes. So we're basically creating a drum pattern over top of this. So we could do tresillo, which is ta ta ta. So if you want to hear the pattern directly, here's the. Same pattern as the snare. So we're just matching the snare rhythm. I'm gonna mess with some of these parameters here. So every beat has a rhythm section, a top line section. This is really both top line and rhythm. We have a rhythm section here, and then we have the contrast / rhythm, which is our 808. So we have top line, we have the harmony section, we have the contrast section, which we already have, and then we have the rhythm. So we already have the rhythm mainly in this beat. We have contrast and top line. Now we can add harmony. The tricky part is knowing which notes this thing is actually playing, because you guys can't visually see the sequencer. So we have to go by ear, because it's playing like 3 octaves. So now we got that bounce. Let me up my buffer length, y'all. Doing video is like very difficult to do video and beats at the same time. Okay, so now we just need sounds to wrap around this. Let's add a poison again, just to kind of keep that same tonality. This time we're gonna go for something that's not an arpeggio. Let's go for a keyboard type sound. Let's go here. Let's copy this, but then harmonize it. So my ear hears. So let's switch this graph. That's what my ear hears. So I'm switching up the trance gate so it's not as active. So I don't want it to just repeat the same thing. We're just gonna. Okay, so now we're leaving space. Actually, I kind of like all the notes. Never mind. All right, now let's get a little more melodic here. I'm going to start with harmony, and then I'm going to add melodic notes. So let's start here with the keyboard. Just something. It doesn't need to. We don't need to worry about the exact sound right now. Let's go into here. Let's start harmonizing. Let's right-click, go to piano roll. We just need to find the root note. I think it's F. Actually, it's E. This tone is kind of like out of key, so let's pick a different one. So it's F. I was right. Now we just need to harmonize. Happier chords, like major chords, are going to be easier to work with. So I'm just going to transpose this chord by copying it, hitting Control to highlight, hit Shift to drag. Sounds a little hard to hear because it's so short. Switch out the sound. Here's a cool sound, but it's not playing just one sound, it's playing multiple. So we need to figure out the tuning here. This is +7, so we're gonna pull that back. There we go. So a simple triad. I'll show you guys how to make the sound more expansive. Firstly, we're gonna take these bottom notes, copy them, hit Control down. So now we have a bottom layer, but then if it's a major chord, adding the ninth usually musicifies major chords, but also adding the perfect fourth, which is the 11th. So 5 notes up from the root note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could add some nice vibes, or just 1, 2. This will make this a 9th chord. You don't need to memorize what I'm saying here. Because if we raise this up an octave, also you got to make sure this has enough polyphony to support the notes you want to add. So let's up this just to be safe. There we go. Let's turn the 808 off for now. Now I'm picking up the sound with unison. I'm thickening up the sound. So now I'm going to use that wow sound to create the effect as if we're making new chords, but we're just using the melody notes. And then I might change up the 808 sound. So I'm making this a slide note just to add more expression to the melody. So now we're going to take the tonic, the fifth, and the ninth. We're going to pull these down a half step. Actually, never mind. For this beat, it doesn't fit. Now let's work on this bass. So I'm going from the wherever we are down 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That creates the perfect fifth, so it resolves. Okay, now I want a faster arpeggio to move through as a rhythm element. Here's a little trick for your 808s. If you want them wider, go to the front, go to the pre-computed effects, turn up what's called stereo delay. We have a lot of notes and rhythms clashing here. I'm just trying to get the notes right. We're probably gonna have to edit some of the music theory by pulling it down 5 like we did before. But now we're just trying to get this rhythmic arpeggio as if it were hi-hat. This is clashing too much with the other notes. This is why sticking to these 4 layers is so important, so that we don't over clash. We already have the rhythm, we already have a contrast, we already have the top line. Anything new is going to clash if we don't mirror the exact rhythm. So in that case, we're doing too much unless we mirror the exact rhythm. So in that case, let's just see if let's create sections. I think my ear got used to this frequency gap, so let's keep it here. Now we're blending in this trance gate just a little bit to add some rhythm to that pad. So I added some random panning to the hi-hat. Alright, so really just about pushing it into the Fruity Soft clipper and the wave shaper. Let's play this a couple times through. You guys can get the project files at busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. Subscribe if you're new. Alright, so I could work more on the bass line, but that's how you do it. Go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio to get these project files for free. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.